Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Amy Cooper, and today I'm going to be doing just a really simple everyday look that's glowy, natural and fresh. Perfect for work, going for a relaxed lunch, or even if you're going out for dinner or seeing friends or family. And if you just wanted something really quick that you look really great in and polished, that's what we're going to do today. So the first step that we're going to do is we're going to prep our skin. I'm going to use the Revolution Skincare London facial spray. Lightly spritz all over the face. It's a really nice way to add hydration to the skin. I love facial sprays. Then I'm going to use the Bobbie Brown. This is the hydrating gel cream. It's really beautiful under makeup. I'm just going to grab a little bit of that. Now you could use your fingers to blend this out, or you could use a brush. And then what's nice is that facial spray kind of adds a little bit more slip. And we're just going to work those in so the skin is nice and prepped. You can't go overboard with a facial spray, particularly when you haven't done your makeup yet. So I'm going to put more on and then just pat it into the skin. This one trips me out because it has citrus extract in it, so it kind of smells like lemons or limes, and every time I spray it, I'm like, I'm not sure. I don't know how I feel about that. Now to add glow, I'm going to be using MAC's Strobe Cream. Again, just popping a little bit onto my skin. Now this is actually a moisturizer, so it's going to add hydration to your skin. If you had oily skin, you could just use this on its own. But because my skin is a bit more dry, I went in with that Bobbie Brown one as well. I love this product. Even if I'm not wearing makeup, I'll just put this on just for like a little bit of glow. I'm gonna go in with a little bit of lip balm. I'm trying out the MCO Beauty. This one is Peach. Now you could go in with a primer, or you could skip this step, whatever you kind of have the time for, I guess. I'm using MAC's Timecheck lotion. I'm just gonna do the smallest little pump on the back of my hand and really work this into my T-zone. Now this is really fantastic for filling in texture and pores. So you're sitting there and you pop your foundation on and you feel like it sinks into all those like pores, and it doesn't look flattering on the skin, it's giving you texture. This is a really great product to fill everything in, any fine lines, and it does help with the longevity of your makeup as well. So if you have a long day ahead of you and you need your makeup to last, I would recommend using a primer. I am going to be using the Studio Fix Fluid Foundation. My color is NW13. This foundation gives like a medium to buildable full coverage, and it sits quite light on the skin. So that's one of the reasons why I really like it for every day, is because it doesn't feel heavy on the skin. And you can see already how it's covered up a lot of my redness in my skin. I've still got a couple of blemishes that I need to cover, but I'm feeling good about it so far. I'm going to go on to concealer. I'm using the MCO Beauty. This is the Instant Eraser Concealer. And what you do is you twist it and it pops up through the sponge up on the top. Great, so I'm going to pop the concealer underneath the eyes, just a little bit into that. Pop it also in that inner corner of the eye as well. This certain concealer doesn't have a lot of coverage. I would say it's a light to medium. So if you're wanting to cover quite a lot, this probably isn't the best concealer for you, but if you just have a small amount to cover, it works quite nicely. So cool. And then if there's anything else that you feel like you need to cover, I'm gonna just pop a little bit on my nose, a little bit on that forehead, just around my mouth and chin. Really want to make sure that we're just pressing it into the skin, and that's going to give you that coverage. Great, so I'm going to use a liquid highlighter now. Using the Mecca Max Liquid Light. This one is in gold. It's pretty intense, like most liquid highlighters are. So what I like to do with this one is just drop, like seriously one drop of it onto the back of my hand, and then blend it out that way. When you're applying this, you can use your finger or you can use a brush. So a really small amount onto the brush. Make sure it's nice and evenly coated. And then we're gonna tap this onto the cheekbone. And we're just gonna pat that really lightly. I'm not really using that much pressure. You can use this wherever you want glow and wherever you want to highlight. Now, because this is for an everyday look, we're obviously not gonna go quite intense. With this, we want a really soft, healthy glow. And if you feel like anything is kind of sitting funny, if you feel like you've gone too far with the highlighter, you can go in with your concealer brush and just dab away. I'm gonna set this foundation using the Bobbie Brown. This is the Sheer Finish Loose Powder in the color Soft Sand. I don't like to powder everywhere. I like to powder a little bit underneath the eye, around the nose, and then around my chin. This powder is going to give you a little bit of coverage, but not too much. I'm going to move on to eyebrows. I've been using Rimmel Brow Pro Micro. That is a handful. This is the color Blonde. This pencil is so easy to use. This is the second time that I've bought it, and I usually wait till they have a sale and it's like $8. So good. I am quite lucky that I've got quite a full brow, so I don't need to put a lot of product in them. So for you, it would just be looking at your brow, seeing the gaps, seeing what kind of shape you need. Now, I am a huge clear brow gel fan. I'm trialing different drugstore brands of this. At the moment, I'm using the e.l.f. one, and I quite like it. What clear brow gel does is it holds your hairs however you groom them. So I like to pull my brow hairs up at the front and then kind of down on the outer half. All right, we're gonna move on to a quick eye look, and then we'll come back and finish off the skin. So as a base for my eyes, I'm going to be using MAC's Paint Pot in Groundwork, like a really taupey brown. I'm just going to use my finger and I'm going to pop that all on the lid. So you want to make sure that you've got something underneath your eyeshadows to help them stay on. If you put eyeshadows onto bare skin without anything underneath, they will crease. So you can see it's giving me a little bit of color, but not too much. So for our eyes and cheeks, I'm using the new Mecca Max. This is the Dream Queen palette. It is designed for not only your eyes, but also your cheeks as well. So super exciting. I'm going to use Peace, which is this brown up the top. I'm going to pop that in my crease with a fluffy brush. This is the Zoeva 227 fluffy brush. You can get fluffy brushes from any brand. And we're going to grab this, a little bit of product. Make sure you tap it, and that will take the excess off so it doesn't drop onto your skin. We're going to start off on the outer corner of the eye and then bring this up into the crease and using little circular motions. I like to keep my eye open and looking into a mirror, and that helps me work out where to put the product. And the fluffy brush will do most of the work. So when we're doing circular motions, the brush will kind of automatically blend that product. Next off, we're going to use the same color and we're going to pop it underneath the eyes. I'm switching brushes. I'm going something still fluffy, but it's smaller. So it's not as big as this one here. So again, going in with that color, and I'm popping that underneath my eye on the lower lash line. So I'm going to use Imagine, which is this bottom champagne color. And I'm actually just going to use that same brush and I'm going to pat it on the lid. So now I'm going to do a quick liner to enhance the lash line. I don't want anything too heavy, so I'm actually going to use the dark color in this palette to create a really soft line. This is super easy as well. When you're in a rush and you're trying to mess with liquids or pencils, you can get in a bit of trouble doing that. I find it goes everywhere when I'm trying to walk out the door quite quickly. So I find that this technique is a lot easier. So I'm using the Zoeva winged eyeliner. This is the 317 brush. Popping the eyeliner brush in the product. Color is called Faraway. And then I'm going to press that as close as I can to the lash line on the outer corner. I'm taking this halfway across my eyelid. I'm not going to bring it too close into my inner corner. I have quite small eyes, so I want to keep them open and big. I'm going to create a quick wing on the outer corner. So starting off from the outer corner of the eye, I'm just going to slowly pull that up towards my eyebrow. So again, starting off on the outer corner and pressing that in. I like to keep my eye open, looking straight ahead at a mirror so that you've got that nice shape when your eye is open. And then I'm just going to drag a little bit underneath the eye as well. I'm going to curl my lashes. I never used to be a fan of curling lashes, and then one day I just did it and now I'm obsessed. I'll like curl my lashes before going to the gym just because I like the look of it. The mascara that I'm using at the moment is the Covergirl Full Lash Bloom. The biggest tip I can give you with mascara is to put the mascara right into the root and give it a wiggle. And that's going to give you really nice volume quite quickly. We're going to go back onto skin. I'm going to pop some blush on. I'm using this middle color, which is called Dazzle. It's a really beautiful like marble pink. And I'm going to tap it onto my cheeks. And then I'm just going to pop a little bit of that piece color that we used on the eye, just kind of slightly bronze the skin. And I'm using it to kind of just give myself a little bit of a light contour. If you are like me, you'll probably want a little bit more glow. This one here, which is called Days, on top of that liquid one, just to add a tiny little bit more glow. I'm also going to use that color in the inner corner of my eye. Open that up and give me a little bit of glow. And you could also use it on your brow bone. One product that I love to use is the MAC Prep and Prime. This is fantastic for prepping your skin for any lip products. It helps with feathering and bleeding outside of the lip line. It also helps your makeup to stay on as well. So for a lip liner, I'm going to use the MAC Dervish. I'm going in with the Estes Lauder 310. I'm pretty sure it's called Sheer Will. It's a really soft matte. It gives you a little bit of color, but it's not too matte on the skin. I like a little bit of gloss to kind of give me more of a pouty look. I'm going to finish off with the Revolution in the color Rose Quartz for a little bit of gloss. And I really focus just kind of in the center of my lip. I'm going to finish off by spritzing my skin. This will help set and settle all the makeup, and it's going to help continue to hydrate my skin. And that's it. We've got a fresh, glowy makeup look, perfect for every day, perfect for the office. We've prepped our skin and primed it with the correct products, so you shouldn't have any problems with this wearing off throughout the day as well, which is fantastic. Feel free to leave comments, give this a like. I would really appreciate it, being a new YouTube makeup artist. And please leave me a comment below of what you would like to see. Thanks for watching. Bye.